哎，冰冰你也来吧。
来点儿。
啊，
一起上。
来，对。好，
好，谢谢。
I know that the World Peace Association, in connection with the World Development Foundation, created this opportunity to bring together NGOs. We really had the opportunity to try to bring in high-level UN staff and a variety of speakers and other staff-level folks. Now, my name is Patrick Sharada. I'm the program director for World Development Foundation, working with the World Peace Association. And the World Peace Association are our host today, and we welcome you in their name and thank them very much for their generosity and having us be able to come together today. That is very, very kind of them. Yes, we should give them an applause. Yay! Thank you very much. We the children shall lead us. So we are also very, very happy that you're enjoying the conference. As I know, I've spoken to several of you, and you have been. There's a lot more to come, and as we don't have a lot of time, I would like to introduce our keynote speaker for the luncheon. We'll be speaking in very short order so that you can get some food quickly. What we'll do is we'll have a couple of speeches that won't be very long, hopefully maybe just as long as I have, and then we'll take a break, get some food, and come back and hear some more talk while you eat. So first of all, I would like to invite my friend and the former permanent representative for the mission of Suriname, who is now the president of the World Development Foundation. Without any further ado, His Excellency Ambassador Henry McDonald.
Goal 16, the goal we're going to talk about today, was clearly a missing link of the MDGs, the Millennium Development Goals. Just like Goal 17, that focused on public-private partnerships. In the MDG, we have Millennium Development Goal, we had Millennium Development Goal 8, which was focusing on partnerships in general. But SDG 17 clearly went much further and opened the door for businesses, corporations, firms, and the private sector to become an essential part of the sustainable development process. To many of us, previous ambassadors and current ambassadors, who work on the formation of the SDGs, Goal 16 is essential since it provides a clear and direct linkage to all other goals. So Goal 16 is linked to all the other 16 goals. In a world that is strongly divided, some regions enjoy non-stop and increasing levels of peace, security, and prosperity, while other regions fall into seemingly endless cycles of violence and conflict. It is important to address this crucial matter. We are convinced that strong partnerships and cooperation are necessary to achieve the SDGs, and therefore keen to focus on solid and transparent partnerships in financing, information and communication technology, capacity building, trade, data monitoring, and accountability. This all should happen in an environment where all the wrongs and crimes in the systems are being addressed seriously. So once again, let me welcome you to this important gathering.
The chair of the NGO conference at your level is a wonderful man who leads us in the NGO community as the chair of the NGO DPI Executive Committee, as well as his work, as extensive work on this conference. I wanted him to come up and say hello to you as well, Mr. Bruce Knox, who's over here. Bruce? Thank you, Bruce.
Thank you. Thank you, Patrick. Patrick is the great connector here at the United Nations. He's actually the person that introduced me to Dr. Guo and Christina, and I'm really grateful to him for that and for so much more. To give you a little bit of my background before I talk about the World Development Foundation, I spent 25 years in the U.S. State Department as a U.S. diplomat, and I've been 10 years here at the United Nations as an NGO leader. And I'll tell you, I'm prouder of what we've been able to accomplish here in the NGO community in the last 10 years than I am of the 25 years that I was in the U.S. State Department. And there were things in that time period that I'm proud of. There are also some things that my government asked me to do that I'm not so proud of. But I think what we're doing here at the United Nations is really, really important, and I think the fact that we have the partnerships that we have are also very important. It is really the World Development Foundation, Dr. Guo, Ambassador McDonald, Patrick, and others who have really brought the idea of public-private partnerships. And I sort of swim in the world of NGOs and activists and people fighting for justice. And a lot of those people kind of don't like governments and they don't like corporations. And I understand that feeling because sometimes governments and corporations are not in favor of good things for all of us. But I also realize that we're never going to achieve the kind of world that we want unless we have public-private partnerships and that we work with governments. And I think there are ways of doing that that are consistent with our values and with our principles, and certainly the World Development Foundation has really done great work in that area, particularly public-private partnerships. The corporations were far ahead on this very important social justice issue than anybody else. So people that say, oh, I don't want to work with corporations, I mean, that's not the answer, because often corporations, business leaders, are ahead of governments, even ahead of NGOs sometimes. So I love this idea that the World Development Foundation is working on public-private partnerships. We're going to have a workshop tomorrow. Please come to it. I think it's going to be really great. If you don't know much about public-private partnerships, you'll learn a lot at that workshop. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the kind words. Bishop.
女士们、先生们，有幸认识大家，大家好。
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to meet everyone here.
宇宙能生存下来，是和与和平的结果。
The survival of the universe is a result of unity and harmony.
和与和谐是人类生态与生命的终极趋势。
Unity and harmony are the ultimate trend of human ecology and living.
是序化的和平安全之前提。
Are the conditions of reliable peace and security.
生态与生命绝不允许存在混乱与危机。
The human ecology and living cannot survive under crisis and turmoil.
更不允许二元对立。
And cannot survive under the mentality of binary opposition.
战争是最典型的二元对立。
So, human beings need to respect nature, follow the dialectical rules of nature.
人类都知道尊重自然，遵循自然辩证法则。 且知道，只有尊重自然法则，人类生态才可能获得安全。
Sorry, that's a mistranslation just a second ago. Human beings know to respect nature, follow the dialectical rules of nature, and know that only by respecting nature and following the laws of nature can human society gain security. And thus, the stability of world peace can be realized.
从而，世界和平的格局才可能真正实现。那么，什么才是遵循自然及其法则呢？
So what is obeying nature's law?
那就是天人合一，也就是中国哲学上讲的道。
Okay, that is the unity of heaven and man, which is the Taoist concept in Chinese philosophy.
黄帝内经曰：“人生于地，玄命于天。”
The Yellow Emperor's Classics of Internal Medicine says, life is given on the earth, but is governed by the sky.
也就是说，人类要听命于天，即听命于宇宙自然法则。这一点几乎是人人心领神会。
That is to say, human beings must obey the laws of the universe. Obeying the laws of the universe is the same as obeying the law of nature.
宇宙天体无时无刻不在告诫人类顺天则生，逆天则亡，这一毋庸置疑的真谛。
The celestial body always wants one indisputable truth. That is, survival by following the nature's law, defeated if against the law of nature.
也就是说，宇宙终极法则已将人类生态定格在天人合一的和谐和平的安全基地之上。
In another word, the ultimate law of the universe monitors the human ecology through unity of heaven and man.
谁违背了这一机理，谁就带来灾难。
Whoever respects and follows this rule will bring peace and harmony. Whoever breaches this rule will summon disaster.
今天在联合国举行67届 NGO 大会之际，世界和平协会举行这样的聚会，具有深远的意义。
Today, at the time of the 67th NGO Conference of the United Nations, the World Peace Association held such a gathering, which has extensive significance.
让不同国家、民族和不同宗教信仰的人们聚集在一起，通过交流对话，求同存异，增进互相了解。
This event promotes mutual understanding and integrates differences among people from different countries, different nationality, and different religion through communication.
有这样的和，世界将更加和谐。这符合宇宙自然的法则。
With such a unity of differences, the world will be more harmonious. This is in line with the laws of the universe.
祝愿大会取得圆满成功，祝大家和谐快乐。
I wish the conference accomplished success and wish everyone here a happy and a fulfilled life.
谢谢大家。
Thank you, everyone.
Certain president do that. Anyway, I would like to introduce next the scholar of Confucianism, Buddhism, and Taoism, Professor Xiaonan Chen.
Okay. Because my first language is Chinese, so all course I speak Chinese first, right? So we need it. Do it. Thank you. Ladies, gentlemen, good afternoon. Today here at the United Nations headquarters in the New York City, the 67th NGO conference was held. I honored to attend this event. I come from China. I have living in New York City about 31 years. I have my living experience from two greatly different cultures. No matter what is the difference between the East and the West, there is one thing is common, that is we all want to live in the peace. Because of this common intention, we have the opportunity today together here in the United Nations headquarters of New York City. The United Nations as a global organization have made tremendous contribution to humanity and the peace of our world. I come from China. The 5,000 years civilization of China, including Confucian, Taoism, and Buddhism, have had profound impact on me. Confucian throughout benevolence is solves the problem by thinking to the harmony between the human and the society. Those natural solves problem between thinking harmony between the human and the natural. Buddhist compassion through is to solve problem by thinking the harmony within our own mind. If we can fully understand our mind, we will be able to take care of our mind in positive way. One, our mind is health. Our body is well relaxed. One, our mind and the body are relaxed in the peace. When we will intend to test another our environment of the natural is good way. As a result this, our society and the living environment will be in the harmony. Therefore, world peace start from the take care of the individual's own mind. The World Peace Association is holding the opportunity here for the sustainable world peace. Let's work together for the world peace. Let's have test world peace. I wish the conference completes us. Wish all the people here good health and good luck. Thank you, everybody.
Now from the Office Director of the World Peace Association, Chairwoman of the Thompson Energy Group, Ms. Sherry Lee.
Distinguished heads of state government, heads of international organizations, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. Mr. Chow prepared this speech draft for me, but I like to speak without it. As an NYU graduate, you cannot graduate if you fail the speaking part of public. So I'm going to this time just communicate. So this World Peace Association is a newly established association. Ms. Zhang is the head officer who started this. Her master is a head monk in China, who is really promoting this peace for the world. And he sent her to come to New York, to the United States, to try to achieve the goal to create world peace. As the networking and the relationship the head monk has is over 120 countries of the head monks of other countries, the Buddha believers. she's a very professional, high-level Buddha practitioner. I'm a general practitioner, not every weekend. But we have a lot in common. We become friends. So when she came to me, she said, "Okay, let's try to help China and U.S. work together." I said, "Okay, let's try to do things." So I talked with her. We go to meet so many leaders in this country. We achieve certain things. I think this is fun. And after that, I know she went to India, help relationship between India and China. She went to Sri Lanka, help work out the Sri Lanka and China. And all the headmasters from the country actually welcome them because it's the same relation. And they have access to the leaders, to the president, to the country chairmen, so they be able to get the meetings, to be able to talk with them. So this, I think, is a great communication to bring different culture, different belief together. And meanwhile, this organization also not just promoted to talking with leaders in different way, but we also promote economic and business opportunities between countries. So the goal is also to basically get some of the business leaders, the most wealthy, successful company owners, to become a board member. In fact, the Indian president introducing the wealth system from India to become the member already. So between members, the successful business people from this country, the other country, we all members, we already begin to talk business to each other. So this way, I think this is the best way to find people with different interests, people with different goals, and create a not just win-win situation, but a win-win-win-win-win situation from the entire world. Yeah, so I believe we've been able to achieve our benefits of business interests by making friends, by create friendly environments without having a war. So I believe this organization will have a bright future, great future, given this fast-moving world. It is better to have friends rather than enemy, and it's achieve better goal. I do believe we will shaking hands achieve goals together. So that's how that is. Yeah. And by meeting with chairman today and gentlemen and ladies in this table, I'm under that's our NYU alumni. I think a lot of things in the entire world, you'll find a relationship, you'll find alumni, you can achieve any goals in the entire China. And at the end, I still wanted to thank for Mr. Chow prepare this huge line, so I'm going to steal some of his line. Let me find which is best better. Okay, World Peace Association has now been building the communication bridge between countries and multi-channels, such as politician, culture exchange, and trades. Very good. And the most valuable things of world is alive. The coolest thing of the world is killing. World leaves us with many rooms. May all of our kind-hearted people with great mercy and will can work together to free human beings from the war and let all children live in peace amidst it. Thank you.
Give the floor to our host, and that is the Secretary General, but the assistant to the Secretary General of the World Peace Association will speak the little text that Ms. Safa Zhang has written in Chinese and English. So, Mr. Eddie Yi, will you come up and read from the Secretary General? Thank you very much.
Distinguished heads of state and government, heads of international organizations, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, good afternoon. First of all, on behalf of World Peace Association, I would like to thank you the support of Mr. Bruce Knott, Chair of NGO DPI Executive Committee, and Dr. Guo, of the World Development Foundation. Hence, we can come together today in the United Nations to discuss how peaceful, harmonious, and sustainable development can be achieved between countries worldwide. Since the war appeared, it has brought great calamity to mankind and caused great losses to people's lives and property security. With the continuous progress of science and technology, the damage caused by war to mankind is even greater. In the last century, mankind has gone through 2 world wars. More than 8 million people were lost in the First World War, and 22 million people were wounded, and 7 million people were permanently disabled. Property loss is about $260 billion. And in the Second World War, 60% of the world's countries participated in the war. And the total number of casualties was about 60 million. The war lasted for 4 years. From these figures, we can see how ruthless war is. In these bloody wars, innocent civilians are the most pitiful. They fled to escape the war. What people hate most is war. Because of the war, people lost their families, relatives, freedom, and there are many beautiful childhoods are taken away by the war. So we must stop the war and maintain peace. War is not a child's play. A war may destroy the achievements of the country's construction over the past decades. Especially in modern wars, the major military powers now have developed, produced, or stockpiled a large number of destructive weapons. The destructive power is unimaginable. Modern wars are devastating to mankind. The damage to human life and health and the ecological environment caused by modern wars will be far greater than that caused by conventional wars. The core of peace is advocating benevolence and goodness, respecting differences, advocating harmony and diversity, and advocating tolerance and understanding. Oppose violence and oppose revenge. So how can we solve the contradiction? We advocate dialogue, understand different feelings, and seek the truth and the solution of events together. The foundation of peace is benevolence or universal love, which means that the people of the world today basically agree with the principle of nonviolence. Recognizing the principle of benevolence, we believe that the power of love is immense, and that is the foundation of the forces of peace. So, how can we make this world more peaceful and harmonious? Human follows the law and the principle of the earth follows heaven, and the heaven follows the Tao follows the nature. Lao Tzu, a philosopher of ancient China, has formed his own understanding of the universe and nature, based on which he revealed the relations between human social activities and the universal principles of nature. And Lao Tzu said, if the heaven has the intention to kill, the stars and the planets will change their position. If the earth has the intention to kill, the smart animals and monsters like snakes and dragons will get a sense first and have the reactions. But if human has the intention to kill, the entire world will be upside down and the climate will be abnormal to alert the human. Lao Tzu had utilized the theory of Tao and virtue to guide ancient emperors to rule the world. Tao is the root of the sky and the earth, is the source of all creations. Tao has no form, The nature of Tao is being what it is. Tao does not change because of humans' preference. Everything in the universe is kept changing. However, Tao is eternal and constant, and virtue is the application of Tao. Combine Tao and virtue as one, it refers to the truth. Lao Tzu said, human follows the law and the principle of Tao, virtue appears. Everything follows Tao, order appears. Conversely, there will be an inverse result. Human being virtuous and everything follows order, the universe will be in harmony. Otherwise, the entire world will become upside down. So harmony is one of the basic principles in moral doctrine. The harmony of the nature will make the stars rotate orderly. The sky will become clear, and the earth will become pleasantly calm. Weather is favorable, everything is prosperous. The harmony of the human will lead to a peaceful world. The society will be stable. All the weapons will be kept and locked in storehouse. The harmony of the country and the politics will have everybody one-hearted. All officers fulfill their duties. All workers perform their best. All industries are flourished. Everyone has a proper career. The harmony of family will lead to a harmonious relationship with all relatives. A good relationship between husband and wife, a prosperous and a joyful family. The harmony of body and mind will have a balance of yin and yang, a healthy body and a peaceful mind, an easy and happy life in one's remaining days. Today, all the disasters origin from the selfness and the desires of human. All the chaos and wars are caused by the contest with each other. It's the human's nature to live on food, clothing in a daily life. However, when over-consuming, it becomes desire. Civilian fights for benefits, officer fights for power, governors fight for land. Everyone is fighting for own desires. How can the world stay away from disasters, chaos, and wars? If from the governor to the civilian, everyone can reduce and remove their desire and selfness and get along well with each other, it is impossible for the world to be in a mess. If leaders of each country wish to have a prosperous country and the people stay in peace and a harmonious world, what they are thinking and doing must accord with the Tao and the people's will. If the human beings and the nature could reach the harmony to some extent, then a solid foundation will be laid for all future passes. Only then each country can start a new situation. So how to be a role model as the leader of each country? Take Tao and virtue as guidelines. Be compassionate, lead the people and the country properly, and be responsible to the development of the world. This is extremely important. The harmony of the society brought by the uniting of the world and the blessings of the mankind brought by the peace of the world must have been deeply rooted in the laws of nature and the universe. The realization of this goal will depend on all the leaders of each country to rectify their mind and cultivate their moral character, put the people's life in front of theirs, and take the responsibility of keeping the world peace and avoiding the crisis. The light of Buddhism spreads all over the world and warms all the countries. The Prithvi said to the Buddha, Spikapa Bodhisattva's vow is to teach and transform all the sentient beings of the 6 realms. His vows are as many as the billions of grains of sand in the Ganges River. Will it not be difficult for him? Ladies and gentlemen, will there be difficult things if we can hold on to a firm and constant faith and wish for world peace, the happiness and the well-being of the people. May this sharing serve as mutual encouragement to all the great wise men here. Lastly, I would like to wish peace for the world and happiness for people all over the world. We, the people. Thanks for your attention.
I'm going to keep this very short. You know, I just wanted, number one, and I think we should all applaud Dr. Go and Christina Fan for bringing us all together. After all, it's people like this that make things possible to go in a better direction on this earth. I mean, in this room we have some great minds. And if you, I'm sure you've already had the opportunity to speak to those people that are immediately around you. But if you move around the room and start talking to some of the other people, you will be amazed at the people that are in this room right now. Can you imagine the power that all of us coming together would have if we pulled together our consciousness for a better world? So anyway, and that being said, I have had the pleasure of meeting some very powerful people in Africa, and we've since pulled together an amazing project. It's called Poiska. And we're getting started with sustainable agriculture in Africa, and it's amazing because 80% of the people that are out hoeing the fields and pulling the crops and feeding the children and what have you, they're women. So we are gearing this project in Africa towards women. And again, we're starting out with sustainable agriculture, and we have been moving around the UN, and one by one, more and more ambassadors representing different countries of Africa see the power of what we're bringing to this continent. And so it's very, very encouraging, and I know that you all are aware that when you have a project and you see high-level people wanting to participate with what you're doing, it is very encouraging, and obviously you're doing the right thing. So I'm talking to you all out there, and I think you're doing the right thing just by being here today at this lunch. And I know in talking briefly to a lot of you, you have amazing projects out there. And bravo, just get out there and do it. Because it's all of us positive energies and making a better world that are going to at least take the world in a better direction. So thank you all. Give yourself an applause for even being here. So thank you very much. I'm turning the floor back over to my good friend Patrick, who's just an amazing person. If you want to open up his